country road, take me home to a backwoods creek down a long dirt road. If it means no headstone, at least I'll be where I belong. I represent the country, yeah, I love the slums. Raised off in the sticks, man, this is where I come from. Love crackling cornbread, collar and cornbed. Southern by the grace of God, and when I'm gone, country dead. I ride them dirt roads, sometime to reach that destination. Ducked off in Jones Wood, it's like I'm always on vacation. Blaze up the bonfire, calling up my country folk. Just build up that mason jar, light the pine and take a smoke. It's all good, we all fine, and Marcus brought the moonshine. Kid Rock in the dashboard, peaches shaking in the moonlight. It's something about them back roads, stretching out across the county line. It takes me back to my days of young, when my grandma was my sunshine. I love all the things that the country bring. Backwood riding little country lane, on the front porch with my girl and kids, cause the smell of beneath the country rain may not mean that much to some, but to me it's where my heart belongs. I'm calling on them country roads, them the ones that take me home. Country road, take me home, to a backwoods creek, down a long dirt road, sideways down that old dirt road. If it means no headstone, at least I'll be where I belong.
Them country roads mean a lot to me. Georgia mountains, Carolinas, Cherokee, Smoky Mountains in the hills of Tennessee. If you're like me, you probably agree it's like something good, like something sweet, like something great, like Mama's tea. Raised to be how I wanted to be. At the end of the road, the sun sets for free. Not trying to put down no city, but these country roads are so pretty. Times I feel so young for what I know, and there's no place like home. I like to hear some creek water flowing down. That's the road I'm going. Hell yeah, that's where I belong. While we're getting there, we all singing along.
Country road, take me home.
Good evening and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight is Thursday night. It's dirt track racing with the Bluegrass iRacing Series, the Pro Late Models. This is the National Tour making their first event with the Pro Late Models. And Brett, we have a good field here tonight.
Yeah, really looking forward to tonight. We've got so far 19 cars taking time in the qualifying session. And I'll tell you what, Steve, I'm glad to be back with you, buddy. It's been a long time.
Definitely. It's going to be fun. It's going to be hilarious. We're going to have some laughs. And, I mean, BJ's supposed to be racing.
He is. He's down in 18th place, although I wouldn't call that racing from BJ's standard.
Definitely not. He's walking around there.
More like a field filler at this stage.
21 cars have taken time. Daniel Mills on the track now, that 211 machine. Also, Scott Fritz, Ethan Toder, and Devin Nelson. Right now, Josh Fuller atop the charts with Corey Roberts. Even Dylan Wilson's here tonight. James Braswell and Cody Nevin, your top 5 so far in qualifying.
Yeah, then we've got the likes of Dylan Yeager, Dylan Hauser, Brady McKenzie, Jacob Fields, John Ruggiero, Cody Nevin jumps to 5th. Scott Fritz moves into 8th quick. So top of the timesheets is starting to change around just a little bit at the moment. You can see 24 cars have taken time. Daniel Mills in the 211 going to take up the final lap of his qualifying session. We've got driving the T-Berry Motorsports. It's the 500. Now, normally this was driven by Tyler Berry, but I believe Tyler may have stepped out by Terry tonight. So Terry Berry. No, I'm kidding. It's definitely Tyler Berry in that 500, the NLRA 500 machine. You can see that picture that you can see just next to the 500 down the bottom left of your screen. It's got some dig in that car.
It does. If you're wondering where we got Terry Berry from, it was kind of funny. Sunday night, Joe got excited. He called Terry Berry. I like Terry Berry. I like Terry better than Tyler. It sounds better. Terry Berry.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Although I can't imagine you'd name your kid Terry Berry. I mean, that's you're not trying to rhyme here.
No, you're not. Austin Turner on the track right there in the 011 machine. Right now, 26 quick. Again, your top 5 looking like this. It's going to be Josh Fuller, Corey Roberts, Dylan Wilson, James Braswell Jr. 4th, Cody Nevin, your top 5. Last week's feature winner, Dylan Hauser, right now is in the 7th position. On the second lap for Austin Turner, he does not improve here tonight. So he will qualify in 26. So 26 cars, Brett. Not bad. We had 30 Sunday night in the Hotel Series, so a strong group of field drivers.
Now, you mentioned earlier about the National Pro Tour. Obviously, that's in conjunction with World of Thunder Esports League. For the people that are joining us, that might be joining us for the first time, just how does that all work?
Well, how does it work? There's 5 races Wotel's picked. They said these are National Series races. The Bluegrass picked 5 races, and they said these are a national title. So together, there's 10 races, 5 in each series. And the person that has the most points wins the national title. Plus, you're going to be able to win a Wotel Championship by itself and a Bluegrass Championship by itself. So
there you go.
Someone could walk away winning 3 championships.
Now, prize money?
Prize money, $250 win the championship for the World of Thunder, and I believe it's $250, maybe somewhere in there for the Bluegrass, and the national title is $500 to win.
So you could be looking at anywhere from about $1,000 for winning 3 championships.
That's correct. All right, go ahead. My bad.
I was going to say over the 10 races, Steve. No, that's $100 a race if you can pick it up.
That's right. And right now, Dylan Hauser is the points leader going in tonight, and this is round number 4. For National Tour, round number 1 for the Bluegrass. Here's tonight's starting lineup. And on the pole, Josh Fuller in the Rocket 1 Esports and James Braswell to his outside.
Dylan Hauser rolls off out of position number 3, driving the 2 machine to the outside. It's the 007 machine of Jacob Fields out of position number 4.
Row number 3, the 211 is Daniel Mills. He finished 2nd last week. And Brandon LaShaw there from Pennsylvania in the 33.
Now, the 500 of Tyler Berry will roll off out of position number 7. John O'Brien will line up the BRM number 4 out of position number 8. And Chase Williams, driving the 012 machine, will line up out of position number 9.
All right. The pace car looking to pull off there. We're fixing to go green flag racing out of turn number 4. Hauser made a little contact with the 09 of Braswell there. As they go to turn number 1, Fuller to the race lead. Braswell 2nd. Fields on the outside of Hauser for that 3rd spot. Into turn number 3.
Fields in the 007. Hauser slides up in front of him. We're going top 4 going to the main event, Steve?
I believe it's the top 3 going to the main event here.
All right, well, Dylan Hauser holds on to the 3rd spot. We go back to the 4th and 5th position on the racetrack. You see on your screen, Daniel Mills moves up into position number 4. He slides up. Here comes the French onion dip there from Jacob Fields, trying to turn it back underneath as they work down into turn number 1 and 2. Now Tyler Berry going to make it a 3-car battle for a front row starting position in tonight's B main.
There you go. You see him come out turn number 4. We complete lap number 3. Josh Fuller, your race leader. The 09 James Braswell all over his hip pocket there. Hauser right there in 3rd. And then you look a little further back. Mills, Fields, and Tyler Berry. Right there. You throw a blanket over him, as they, like Brett said, trying to get that front row starting position in an LCQ. And Brett, we're halfway down and halfway to go.
Yeah, back up front, you see Josh Fuller in the 12 machine. James Roswell trying to close in on the race lead as they work their way down the main straightaway here at the Volusia Speedway Park in the Bluegrass iRacing Series for the Pro Late Models here at Volusia. Who's going to take home a gator tonight? Well, it all starts with the heat races. Who will start on pole of tonight's main event right now? Coming to the tip of the green, popsicle sticks around 2 to go for Josh Fuller.
Josh Fuller, big look at Braswell. He's digging it deep there, trying to get something off Fuller. As they come out of turn number 2, the track's pretty narrow. They're single filed out. But coming out of turn number 4, the white flags are waving. Barney is waving that flag. One more to go, Brett.
Certainly waving that white flag very hard. Here comes Hauser looking to the inside on James Braswell. We work down the back straight away. Little contact, little bumping and grinding into turn number 3 and a 4. Checking flag is out. Josh Fuller will win heat race number 1. Braswell and Hauser come together at the start-finish line. I believe unofficially it's James Braswell to come home second, Dylan Hauser third, Mills in fourth, Fields rounds out your top 5. Then we go back to Tyler Berry, but we will take a look at your official results. It is Josh Fuller getting the win over James Braswell by 3 1,000ths of a second from Dylan Hauser. And those top 3 drivers will make their way directly into the main event. Daniel Mills, Jacob Fields will finish 4th and 5th. Tyler Berry in 6th, Brandon Latshaw 7th, John O'Brien and Chase Williams will round out your 9-car field in heat race number 1. Moving on to heat race number 2, starting on the pole, driving the number 1 machine, it is Corey Roberts, and to the outside, it's never clear, Cody Nevin.
And on row number 2, from the 48 to Tyler Berry, actually it's the Mid-South Mafia NLRA, Scott Fritz, and to his outside, the D1RT Racing car number 44, John Ruggiero Jr.
Robbie Everhart lining up at a position number 5 in the ET Motorsports number 12 machine to the outside, driving the Team VLR.com number 23 entry, it's Ethan Toda.
And row number 4 to the inside, it's Jaden, and he said it. I said Sheehan. It's not Sheehan. He corrected it last week, and I cannot remember. And
Sheehan?
It was something. In or something like that. But BJ Duvall started outside of row number 4, and Austin Turner rounding out your field. We're racing out turn number 4, green flags in the air. Corey Roberts with a good start. Cody Nevin right there on the outside. You look at Scott Fritz digging it on the inside. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. You look at John Ruggiero Jr. stick his nose to the outside of the 48. The Fritz now pulls alongside the 11. And that's Cody Nevin, lap number 1 in the books for Corey Roberts.
Yeah, Nevin now trying to come after the 1 machine of Corey Roberts. A lot of NLRA cars up in the top 3 right now. John Ruggiero has been known to come, has been a hard charge to come from the back of the fields in the main event. At this stage, you'll be looking at a front row starting position in the last chance qualifier. Fritz makes a little mistake. They go 3 wide out of turn number 2. Ruggiero to the inside, fits through the middle. Keep an eye on Ethan Toda as well. 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can really throw a blanket over as they work their way out of turn number 4.
Down into turn number 1. You see that 44 gets a little tight there on entry. Oh, they made contact into the 44, and I believe that was Ethan Toda. Scott Fritz saves it, though. But look at John Ruggiero Jr. now into a transfer spot. Robbie Everhart is on the outside looking in.
Yeah, Toda still working the inside. Robbie Everhart moved from position number 6 into the 4th position for the moment, down into turn number 3. Corey Roberts still your race leader. 5 down, 3 circuits remaining here at Volusia. That's a mile and a half around this oddly D-shaped oval of a racetrack. Cody Nevin running in second. John Ruggiero driving the D1RT number 44 in that 3rd and final transfer position.
Well, Corey Roberts putting on a clinic in the heat race number 2 as we get to 2 laps to go. Signal this time from Barney. Cody Nevin is second. John Ruggiero Jr. tried. He's not happy with that 3rd spot. He wants to get that 2nd spot by end of the race. Robbie Everhart there. He's holding off Ethan Toda and Scott Fritz. They make a little contact there. Fritz goes high. White flag in air. 1 more to go.
Ruggiero to the inside, little slide job there on Cody Nevin. The 44 moves up. Here comes Nevin down to the back to the inside into turn number 3 for the final time. Corey Roberts drives the 1 machine to victory lane. We'll start outside front row. Up to that's main event. Second will go to Cody Nevin. John Ruggiero Jr. home in 3rd. And again, those top 3 drivers moving to the main event. Robbie Everhart home in 4th. Ethan Toda We'll round out your top 5. We continue on with Scott Fritz home in 6th. Jaden, I'm just going to go with Jaden for the moment until I can get a pronunciation on that one. Jaden home in 7th position. BJ Duvall in 8th. Austin Turner will round out your 9-car field. We move into heat race number 3 here in a minute, Steve.
Yes, we do. Heat race number 3. The D1RT, car number 80 is Dylan Wilson. And to his outside, the VLR, car number 48, Dylan Yeager.
Brady McKenzie lines up the 21 machine from position number 3 to the outside. Driving the 032 entry from position number 4, it's Austin Hines.
In row number 3, the ET Motorsports, car number 7 is Brandon Taylor. To his outside, the Mid-South Mafia. NLRA, car number 6 is Devin Nelson.
The old Devon Steen. Joseph Johnson lines up the 88 from Northwest, lines up at a position number 7. And Kyle Schreckengost lines up at a position number 8. I wonder if I got that name right.
I don't know. That sounds pretty good, though.
You know what? Normally I look at the names, and I sort of like, I practice it in my head first before I try and say it. I didn't do that then. I just went with it.
You went with Steven. Just say whatever comes out.
Oh, yeah. Yep, I went with a Stephen McMillan and a Joe White one. Just doesn't matter if I got it wrong. Who cares? We all make mistakes. Green flag is out. And looking to make no mistakes is the 80 machine of Dylan Wilson. Green flag is out. Brady McKenzie in the 21 immediately slides up, trying to take the second spot away from Dylan Yeager. Here comes Yeager back to the outside, bringing Yeager. Is Austin Hines in the 32.
Out of turn number 4, leading lap number 1 will be the 80 machine of Dylan Wilson as they start to inch away from Dylan Yeager in a 48 machine. Brandon McKenzie there in that 3rd spot, holding off Austin Hines and Devin Nelson as they've been balanced side by side. Nelson in the 6th machine down low. Austin Hines running the middle groove in a 32. Lap number 2 in the books.
2 down, 6 to run here in the final heat race of the night. These final 8 drivers trying to find who will go directly into the main event. It should be a 24-car field. We had 26 drivers take time, which means 2 out of the last chance qualifiers will not make tonight's main event. Right now, Dylan Wilson holds on from Dylan Yeager. They all sort of go the choo-choo train right above the slick, but Steve, it's kind of to be expected at the time with the track just starting to slicken up just a little bit until we get sort of towards the probably first 15, 20 laps of the main event. Then I think we might start to see some multi-groove racing in the main event.
Definitely, and one thing about it, Dylan Yeager, he's a Wotel champ. Actually, a 2-time Wotel champ in the super late model, so he knows his way around in the late model series around here.
Didn't he win a sprint car series as well?
I believe he did, so he's actually a 3-time.
There you go. See? These little things that just somehow stick in the memory banks. And speaking of sticking into the memory banks, he knows how to get around here, driving the D1RT number 80 machine. He used to run the, Kool-Aid machine. Dylan Wilson will have 1 lap remaining. Yeager trying to go back to the bottom side, knowing that Dylan Yeager loves to go to the bottom side. I don't think Dylan Yeager's changed all that much. White flag is out, 1 to go.
1 to go out, turn number 2. Wilson, your race leader. Yeager is second. Brandon McKenzie there in that 3rd spot, the final transfer spot. Austin Hines looks to the inside. He thinks the dig slides up. He will not take it, but Wilson will pick up the win. Dylan Yeager in second. Brady McKenzie in 3rd. Austin Hines in 4th. Devin Nelson. Braden Taylor at 6th. And let's see here, the official results come up on the board. Your 7th place will be Joseph Johnson and Kyle Schreckengost. Schreckengost. There you go. We all know I don't say big words very often,
Yeah, that looks very, very expensive, that last name.
It does. Like the million,
The $1 million man. All right, here we go. Your C main, which should be B main. Number 1, Daniel Mills lines up the 211 machine from the number 1 position to the outside. Driving the 32 machine, it's Austin Hines.
In row number 2, the VLR, car number 23T is Ethan Toder to his outside. The Tyler Berry Motorsports, car number 500, Tyler Berry.
Braden Taylor lines up the ET Motorsports number 7 machine front position at number 5, and Jaden Sheehan lines up at a position number 6.
In row number 4 to the inside is John O'Brien in the Ford Machina to his outside. From Hillsborough, Pennsylvania, car number 29. Say his last name.
No, you got it. You got this, Steve. I believe in you.
I'm going to say Kyle Schreckengost.
Schreckengost.
Schickengost. No, I'm sorry, Kyle. We'll get it right.
I think I've got it right with Schreckengost.
I think you do. It sounds right. I just got to get remember in my head. But green flag is out. Daniel Mills lead the field as they go into turn number 1. 12 laps of distance here.
Ooh, Toda got a little tight there. Did you see that?
I did. He pushed up. Almost got into Austin Hines. Hines battling on the outside. There's Tyler Berry in the 4th spot. And we still got some more 2 wide racing with Jaden and Brandon Taylor there.
I'm sorry, did you just say racing?
Racing.
I'm pretty. Sound like you said racing with a W.
Racing.
You remind me of Barry Crippery off The Big Bang Theory.
Right.
He's got that big whisk. It's all a bit of fun. I think, going by my calculations, Steve, it should be top 7 going through to the main event tonight. Daniel Mills still your race leader. Austin Hines, Ethan Toda still battling for that 2nd and 3rd position. Tyler Berry closely in 4th. A little bit of a gap back to Jaden Sheehan in the 5 machine in position number 5. Then the 7 of Braden Taylor in 6th. Kyle Schreckengost in 7th, along with John O'Brien to round out the field in that number 4 machine as we complete lap number 4. 8 laps remaining, so we're a heat race distance away from tonight's C-Main concluding.
Down the back straightaway, Daniel Mills continues to lead. He finished 2nd last week in an exhibition race. Austin Hines in that 2nd spot with Ethan Toder looking to the inside. Could not make the basketball line. Toder running a little different line than Austin Hines. Hines kind of running like a mini slider line, Brett. A little different. He enters not low, but low, middle low, and slides up middle high.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, but you know what? The funny thing is, I know what you mean. Now he moved just above the slick line to try and keep those right side tyres in the moisture. Meanwhile, Ethan Toda tried that little bit of a slider line into turn number 1 and 2. They're going to go right through the slick in turn number 3 and 4. Toda tries to cut it back underneath the slick out of turn number 4. Tyler Berry there on screen in the 500, just behind Ethan Toda. It's a 211 machine, the House of Speed. 211 of Daniel Mills, your race leader in tonight's C-Main, which is also B-Main number 1. There's the 32 entry of Austin Hines. You see the House of Speed 32 on that machine. Then Ethan Toda driving the 23 team for Team Victory Lane Racing. Again, Ethan Toda looks like, it's been a while since I've seen a lot of these guys race, and just looks a little off the pace at the moment.
He does. He looks a little off tonight because he's normally pretty strong when he goes to these tracks. And look at Tyler Berry. Tyler Berry's had some good runs in the National Tour this season. And so has Daniel Mills at that 211. As we cross the start finish line, 2 laps to go here at LCQ number 1.
Yeah, the 211 with just a lap and a half to go. The Austin Hines in the 32 starting to feel the pressure right now from Ethan Toda as we close in on the white flag. Can Ethan Toda, can he get by Austin Hines? He'll pull up along the inside of him. Half the car length between the pair as they work down into turn number 1 and 2. Daniel Mills, no pressure from behind, although these 2 guys, Austin Hines and Ethan Toda, still working nose to tail down the back straight away into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time checkers around. Daniel Mills takes victory in B-Main number 1. Austin Hines home in 2nd. 3rd is going to be Ethan Toda. Tyler Berry in 4th. Jaden Sheehan in 5th, along with Braden Taylor in 6th. Kyle Schreckengost in 7th. And John O'Brien, will make up the 8-car field in tonight's C-Main. We move on to B-Main number 2. Steve Robbie Everhart in the ET Motorsports number 12 machine will line up on the pole on the outside, the 007 entry of Jacob Fields from position number 2.
In row number 2 to the inside, car number 6 from Mid-South Mafia NLRA is Devin Nelson. To his outside of T-Berry Motorsports, car number 48 is Scott Fritz.
Brandon Latshaw rolls off out of position number 5 to the outside. It's Double J of Joseph Johnson from position number 6.
And in the 4th row inside, the Team Outlaw Motorsports car number 32 is BJ Duvall. To his outside, it's Chase Williams in the 12. And rounding out your rear of the field, in car number 11 is Austin Turner. 9 cars, I believe it's going to be top 7 going straight through to the back of tonight's A-Main. Again, this will line up it should be the outside row, but because there was 9 cars transferring from the heats, the C-Main should have lined up the inside, which therefore moved the winner of that one to the 10th position. And this one
I don't know how it's going to work. They're going to start either 10th or 11th to win it. Doesn't matter whether you start inside or outside. You're going to start from either 10th or 23rd. Doesn't matter where you go, but each position is one row forward. We are green. Devin Nelson in the 6 machine. Look low on the inside there on Robbie Everhart. Now Jacob Fields back to the outside. Keep it on Scott Fritz in the 48 machine. Nose to tail. A lot of the drivers upstairs into turn number 3 and 4. Robbie Everhart will lead the opening lap. Devin Nelson still continuing to work it down low, trying to dig it deep and sell it cheap, Steve.
He definitely is, and he's going to lose some ground on that one, so it didn't work out too well. But look at 007 of Fields. He gave the bump in the rump for Robbie Everhart. And now look at Nelson battling back on the inside, Brett. So maybe he found something, and maybe that bottom is starting to come in slowly. As you see him come down the back straightaway. Nelson to the bottom. He's digging it. Everhart up high, out of turn number 4 at the line. Give it to Everhart.
2 rows of 2 by 2 at the moment. Slide job by Devin Nelson. Everhart tries to turn it back to the inside. Takes the snoot off the 007 machine of Jacob Fields. If Fields had to back out of it, here comes Everhart back to the inside. Devin Nelson leads lap number 4, probably by a front bumper. Here comes the 12 entry of Everhart to the inside. Nelson back to the outside. Here comes Jacob Fields, winding up the 007 machine down into turn number 3 and 4. Everhart down low. Nelson will lead one more lap. Here comes Fields to the outside. Look at the top 3 there on your screen. Get Grandma's quilt and get nice and cozy.
That's right, nice and cozy. Nelson better watch out because Fields is going to be digging it now as we are halfway down, halfway to go in LCQ number 2. Fields trolling the back bumper of Nelson. Everhart in that 3rd spot with Fritz to his inside. They've been battling for a lap now. Bren LaShaw, they're in that 5th spot in the 33. Joseph Johnson currently running at 6th, and BJ Duvall in that 7th spot. Austin Turner and Chase Williams rounds out your field.
Well, Duvall, if it is the top 7, if my calculations are correct, Duvall will hold on to the final transfer position. We've just got 4 laps remaining, so there's no pressure from Duvall, from anyone from behind from Duvall, because Turner and Williams, well, I think they may be back on pit road, or if they're not on pit road, they're certainly well behind that 32 machine. Still on screen, back up front, out at the ranch. Always lonesome at the moment. Here's the number 6 machine of Devin Nelson, completes the 9th of 12 laps here in B main number 2. 3 circuits remaining. Feels not too far away, probably about the car and a half length away. Then you go back to Robbie Everhart in the 12 from Scott Fritz in 4th, Brendan Latshaw in 5th. Then you go back to Joseph Johnson, BJ Devon, Austin Turner, and Chase Williams. 2 to go, Steve, for your race leader of Devin Nelson.
Nelson in that 6 machine coming out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Fields run by car length back as Fields looks a little lower than Nelson as they come out of turn number 4. White flag in air, 1 more to go for Devin Nelson. Nelson holding on to that lead. Nelson slides up. Will that open the door for Fields?
I thought Fields was going to throw the big Hail Mary slide job into turn number 3 and 4, but Devin Nelson experienced enough to see that it's going to come out. Then, Devin Nelson will hold on for a B-main victory here at the VOLUSIA Speedway Park for the Bluegrass iRacing Series for the Pro Late Models here on the National Tour. Devin Nelson gets the job done in B-main number 2. Jacob Fields will come home 2nd. Robbie Everhart will come home in that 3rd position. Then you go back to Scott Fritz, Brendan Latshaw rounds out your top 5. Joseph Johnson home in position number 6. BJ Duvall driving the Team Outlaw Motorsports number 32 machine should come home in that 7th and final transfer position, along with Austin Turner and Chase Williams. I believe Austin Turner and Chase Williams will take no further part in tonight's main event. I believe, Steve, we've got a warm-up session, so while these drivers are on the racetrack, we might throw this to a quick commercial break if you've got one.
So proudly wave at the twilight's night's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? O'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good evening and welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV. I'm Steve McMillan with
Good
Brett
evening and
Wheeler.
welcome
that
back
scared
to
me. Ultimate. Got to turn down the volume on that. Here's your starting lineup for
Oh, Stephen got me too.
your starting lineup for tonight's 50-lap future. Josh Fuller on the inside to the Rocket One Esports and Corey Roberts to his outside.
Dylan Wilson in the 80 machine rolls off at position number 3. James Braswell Jr. from position number 4.
Row number 3 to the inside, the NLRA Mid-South Mafia. Car number 11, Cody Nevin, and the VLRs. Car number 48, Dylan Yeager.
Keeping a trend with the Dylans going is Dylan Hauser from position number 7 to the outside. John Rosario Jr. from position number 8.
And row number 5 to the inside is Brady McKenzie. And to his outside, Daniel Mills at 211.
Devin Nelson from position number 11. Austin Hine driving the 32 from position number 12.
And let's see here. There we go. Now we got to move. On your 7th row to the inside is Jacob Fields in 007. And Ethan Toder to his outside.
Robbie Earhart in the ET Motorsports number 12 from position number 15. Tyler Berry in the 500 from position number 16.
And row number 9 in the car number 48, it's Scott Fritz. And to his outside, Jaden Sheehan in the number 5.
Brandon Latshaw in the 33 from position number 19. Braden Taylor from position number 20.
And starting 21st night B, Joseph Johnson to the inside, and Kyle Schreckengost in the 29. And rounding out your field, at car number 32, it's BJ Duvall.
Well, I was right, Steve. 23 cars.
He was. So who do you think's going to win tonight? 50 laps the distance.
Ooh, I'm going to go with Hauser. It's going to be a Dylan.
Definitely it is. You know, while we have one more lap of pacing, Dylan Hauser in the National Tour comes in the points leader into round number 4. Austin Sessions in second. Camden Johnson rolling off in 4th. James Braswell Jr. in 5th. Scott Fritz in 6th. Corey Roberts in 7th national points. Daniel Mills in 8th. Jacob Fields is in 10th in national points. And Josh Fuller actually is in 10th. Fields is in 9th. So 34 drivers in the National Tour that are racing for points. We got some new people in here tonight, so that's going to add to it. But Hauser, he has a demandable lead with 2 wins on the season.
Well, can you make it a third? We'll find out in the following lap as we get ready. We are 1 lap away from tonight's A-Main, starting off here at the VOLUSIA Speedway Park. Josh Fuller, Corey Roberts. Well, yeah, I'm going to go with Dylan Hauser. Who are you going, Steve?
I will go with Dylan Wilson, the Kool-Aid Man, on the inside of
Ooh,
row
yeah.
number 2.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to say, and I'm going to go one better, Steve. I'm going to say your top 3 is going to be filled with Dylans.
Hey, and that is almost, I'm right there with you. I believe you.
All right. Well, let's see if we can start this time in tonight's main event. We wait for the racing.com pace truck to move to the infield. Josh Fuller, Corey Roberts, pace truck moves infield. We are green here at the VOLUSIA Speedway Park. The national tour for the Bluegrass Racing Series Pro to Late Model. Steve, we're underway.
Josh Fuller to the early race lead. He slides to the outside. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, Corey Roberts in that second spot. Look at James Braswell Jr. on the outside with Dylan Wilson to his inside as we complete lap number 1 here at VOLUSIA. And Fuller in the lead with 3 wide in second, Brett.
Braswell going right through the middle of the racetrack. There is the Dylans. There's Dylan Wilson, Dylan Yeager, Dylan Hauser, all stuck there in a hornet's nest behind James Braswell Jr. and Corey Roberts. 3 wide. Roberts getting shuffled back. Cody Nevin out of the inside. We continue to watch Braswell and Wilson as they work side by side. Dylan Hauser, Dylan Yeager. Those 2 drivers are also side by side. So your race leader, Josh Fuller, completes the third of our 50-lap main event. Here comes Wilson looking to the inside one more time. 3 wide again in the middle of the pack, but it is all happening up front, 2 by 2 by 2. Lots of side-by-side racing, Steve.
Definitely this track is racing right now. You see the 3 wide. You see Mills there in the center. The wad of Corey Roberts to his outside. There's John Ruggiero Jr. currently running in that 10th spot. Ethan Toder and Devin Nelson, they're battling for 11th, 12th on the field. There's Terry Berry, a.k.a. Tyler Berry, battling with Jacob Fields. Fields to his inside. Good battle, 2 by 2 all the way through the field. Back up front is Josh Fuller.
Yeah, Josh Fuller in the 12 machine has had a clean set of heels at the moment as we complete our 6th lap here of 50 around VOLUSIA, and we are yellow for the first time in tonight's main event. The caution flag will come out, and well, we'll take a look here at your instant replay. We've got to get that updated as we take a look at the 21 entry. That's Mackenzie, Braden McKenzie, I think that is.
Oh, he got close to the outside wall there, went around, got a little help there.
Now look, I'm going to give him a freebie here because I haven't seen him. Mm-hmm. Like I said, it's been about 6 months, but I'm just going to let him know that first of all, he can't park there and the wall doesn't move, but I'm going to excuse him for the first time. Not clear, Nevin, not clear, Nevin. Well, I think Mackenzie sort of ran him up into the wall. Nevin had nowhere to go.
Maybe they were trying to feed the gators out there out of the turn number 2.
Yeah, 3 things. Cody, not clear. Mackenzie, you can't park there, and that wall does not move.
Josh Fuller, your race leader. Braswell, Wilson, Hauser, in Yeager, your top 5. Cody Nevin is 6th. Roberts in 7th. Mills, John Ruggiero Jr. 9th. And Devin Nelson, your top 10 here at VOLUSIA, as we're under caution under lap number 6. And we got, one upside down. What happened to him? That's
Cody Nevin. That's Cody Nevin.
What happened to Cody?
Well, he's not clear.
Well, it's not clear. Let's rewind this back.
Now, I'm going to assume that he was told that he was the cause of that caution, and he wasn't all happy with it. Well, yeah. Not clear, Cody.
Well, the National Tour does follow the Delaware double file restarts here. So that means Josh Fuller will have a lane to his, or a row to himself. And then second place will choose inside or out. Who was second when we went to caution?
Braswell.
So Braswell will choose the inside. That moves Wilson to the outside of row number 2.
Actually, I don't know. They were very close. But either way, Either way, it doesn't really matter because they're going to be on the second row, Steve.
There you go. The pace car pulling in. The 12 Machina Fuller. He's on the loud pedal. We're back to racing into turn number 1. Look at the 109. He will dig it. He slides up there. Kind of pitches off Dylan Wilson. Now Wilson falls back to third. Battling with Hauser. Hauser to his inside. There is the 48.
Yellow.
3 wide. And caution is out on the racetrack.
Yeah, yellow is out going into turn number 3. Not sure who that may have been put on there. Maybe Kyle Schreckengost in the 29, maybe. There it is, the iRacing.com entry. We'll take a look and just have a quick little rewind at what transpired here.
Oh.
Okay. Wow. He got a hole in his grill.
Yeah. That's when the deer took out the radiator only.
Yes. Yes, that deer is back. Oh, that deer's got some serious cojones right now. And this is gator territory.
Right. And since the caution came out on a restart, they should restart this one single file. Because anytime you have a restart after a caution. But I might be wrong. They might just tell them to double it up how they were lined up. They might just totally brought that start back, Brett.
Yeah, well, that's sort of where we just have to sort of guess and assume as to what's going on. Obviously, we won't know until we get the Wonder Green signal. Of course, race control will obviously go over that. The lights go out on the pace truck, and well, we go back to the Delaware double file restart. Looks like everybody's going back to their positions on where they were, obviously, except for the cars that were involved.
Well, do you know who's driving the pace truck?
No.
Belay is driving the pace truck.
Oh, Belay.
Belay.
Yeah, right. Hello, Belay. Hello.
And look at him. He's coming in down into pit lane. We're back to racing. Josh Fuller on the loud pedal. Right there, Dylan Wilson gets a better start. And James Braswell Jr. up and over and around. And so is Dylan Hauser there on his lid. Wow. What a turn of events.
Hauser, I'm sorry. You can't park there.
As we'll take a look at your replay here just momentarily. You see green flag is out. Hauser gets in the back of the 109, gets him loose, and continue to make contact all the way into turn number 1. Both drivers flip over the wall. The 109 manages to land on all fours. Hauser lands on his lid. Tough luck there.
Absolutely. Those spectators are pretty brave. They got 2 late bottles coming flying at them, and they didn't even budge. They got balls of steel.
Definitely, they do. That is for sure. As you look right there, I mean, Hauser sitting at 204 to points. Second place is Austin Sessions. He's not here. Third place is Camden Johnson. He's not here. James Braswell sitting in 5th. After tonight's race, had a chance to move up to that second place in points. But right now, he's sitting in pit road. Scott Fritz in 6th with 137 points.
Well, for the drivers that are sitting in pits, so the likes of Braswell and Dylan Hauser, don't forget they'll have about a minute 59, or about 2 minutes of towing wait time. So should we go back to green inside that 2 minutes? Obviously, he will be a number of laps down, and whether he's able to get those laps back or not, I doubt it. But again, I could be wrong. I'm not sure how that all works as we single file for the moment. The pace truck. Well, the lights are off and we are ready to go back to green. There goes Billy, the pace truck driver. We're back underway. 8 down and 42 remaining here at the VOLUSIA Speedway Park. It's going to be Josh Fuller, Dylan Wilson, Dylan Yeager, Daniel Mills in 4th position. Remember, Daniel Mills picked up a B-main victory And he's on just on the outside of a podium position. Dylan Yeager now trying to get by Dylan Wilson. He had second at the start-finish line. Wilson back to the middle of the racetrack, slides it up just above the slick. Dylan Yeager continues to power the 48 machine to the bottom side, down into turn number 3.
Coming out turn number 4, we come to complete lap number 10. Josh Fuller, your race leader, under heavy pressure from Dylan Wilson and Yeager. Yeager to the inside of Wilson out turn number 2. Wilson, he inches away, running right above him as they go into turn number 3. Now look at the opening to Josh Fuller leads for Wilson. 3 wide almost there at the start-finish line, Brett.
3 wide for the race lead, down into 1 and 2. Full on the outside, Wilson through the middle, Yeager on the bottom side. How good is the VOLUSIA Speedway Park? I said about lap 15 to lap 20 is when we're going to see multiple racing grooves here at VOLUSIA. Well, right now, we've just completed lap 12, so I'm not too far off the pace. Wilson through the middle once again, still 3 wide for the race lead. Dylan Yeager continues to work the Victory Lane Racing 48 machine on the bottom side. The gutter rat known as Dylan Yeager. And how about Josh Fuller still sticking it up top, 3 wide as they work their way down into turn number 1 and 2. The last 2.5 laps, Steve, have been 3 wide racing.
Definitely out turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Still action-packed 3 wide racing. Yeager right there at the bottom. Right now leading the way, but here comes the 80 and a 12, and it's going to be Dylan Wilson leading at the line. Yeager still digging it deep and trying to sell a cheat to Dylan Wilson, but this time Wilson inches away from those 2 drivers. Wilson, your race leader, but here comes Yeager back on the inside, and watch out on the outside. Here's Josh Fuller. Wilson leads his second lap of the night.
Take note, Steve, of John Ruggiero Jr. in the 44 machine. He teammate with Dylan Wilson. You notice Dylan Wilson has not moved away from the middle side. Look exactly where John Ruggiero rolls. He rolls right in the same line as his teammate, although Daniel Mills shuts the door on Ruggiero. 3 by 2. Look at the top 5. There is a car link between the top 5. Here comes Josh Fuller back to the outside. Fuller back to the race lead on the top, down into turn number 3 and 4. Yeager still up on the inside. Josh Fuller will lead lap number 17. 33 to go, Steve.
33 go. Look at Dylan Yeager. This time of Fuller battling back on the outside. Fuller, your race leader, into turn number 3. Dylan Wilson gets a little tap from the 211. Oh no! John Ruggiero Jr. hits the barrels in the 44 machine, but he keeps it going. But he will be charged with the caution.
Well, he may not get... Well, he may have to go to the back, but I dare say that Daniel Mills may be also going to the back. We take a look at your instant replay. Keep an eye on the 211 machine of Daniel Mills. He rolls through the middle. He gets up into the left three-quarter panel there of Dylan Wilson. Gets him half turned around. And, of course, that forces Mills to cut back down to the inside. And, well, John Ruggiero was already there as they were nearly 2 and 3 wide into turn number 3 and 4 there. And, well, our third, maybe 4th caution of the evening as everybody just pulling up here on the front straight, waiting the iRacing.com official pace truck, and we'll see where drivers go. We'll keep an eye on the 211 of Daniel Mills and the 44 of John Ruggiero Jr. to see who will be charged with that caution. But Steve, what about that? Josh Fuller, Dylan Yeager, Dylan Wilson, 3 wide for a number of laps for that race lead. And look, there it is, both 44 and the 211 pull down to the inside line, which means everybody has to go around them. Those 2 drivers are going to, well, more so Daniel Mills is going to the tail end of the field. We'll see where Ruggiero lines up.
John Ruggiero Jr. also dropping to the back on the inside in that 44 D1RT entry. And you know, before the caution came out, there was fixing to be 6 drivers, 3 deep each.
Yeah, it was really going to be on for young Nolan. Steve, just quickly, on your timing screen, there is a green part down on the bottom next to where the standings are, down like to the bottom left. It should have a number of 20 or 21 or 22 or something. It's in the green part. Just change that to 26 for me. There we go.
We're back to racing here at VOLUSIA. Josh Fuller, he got tight going to turn number 1. He makes a mistake. That gets Dylan Yeager the race lead out turn number 2. Wilson in that second spot. There's C. Toner now and Jacob Fields. They're balanced side by side. That's for 3rd and 4th on the track. 3 wide for 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Yeah, tell you what, poor old Josh Fuller went from the race lead 3 wide. Now he's 3 wide to stay inside the top 5 as Austin Hines and Robbie Everhart trying to make their way into the top 5 position. Meanwhile, Jacob Fields to the outside on Ethan Toda for the final spot on the podium. Ethan Toda has it, so right now it's Team Victory Lane Racing holding positions number 1 and 3. D1RT holding the second spot. There's Everhart, and there is the 32 of Austin Hines. We now look back at the 7 machine working to the outside of Braden Taylor. Fends up a challenge from Brandon Latcher. Look at Cody Nevin. Nevin, who's made his way back up inside of the top 10 after going and having a little bit of an oopsie-daisy around on the caution in turns 3 and 4. That's a hell of a drive there by Cody Nevin. You got to wonder who else is in that race car with him, because that's not the Cody Nevin that I know. Meanwhile, here comes Jaeger. It's a Dylan Athol at the moment out in front. Wilson versus Jaeger side by side for the race lead.
Down into turn number 3, they're still side by side. Out of turn number 4 at the line, give it to Dylan Wilson, your race leader. Jaeger in that second spot. Jacob Fields, he's in that third spot, but under heavy pressure under Ethan Toder. Toder run that bottom line, gets a good run off of turn number 2 into turn number 3. Josh Fuller battling back with the top 5 right now. Robbie Everhart sitting in that 6th position with Austin Hines in 7th. Then did Cody Nevin and Brandon Taylor there. They're battling for 8th and 9th on the board. Scott Fritz back up to that 10th position.
Well, Dylan Wilson has just driven away there from the 48 of Dylan Jaeger, Ethan Toda, and Jacob Fields going at it side by side for that 3rd and 4th position. Give it to Jacob Fields for the moment as we work down the back straightaway. We are halfway home in tonight's main event. Looking here on the front straightaway cam as we complete lap number 26. We move into the back half of this race. A lot of drivers still working top, bottom, and middle. Dylan Wilson continuing to lead from the 48 of Dylan Jaeger, Jacob Fields, Ethan Toda, Josh Fuller still back there in 5th position. Then Robbie Everhart and Austin Hines. Here is Fields and Ethan Toda. Toda to the inside now on Jacob Fields. We work through turn number 1 and 2. Lap 28 about to be in the books with Dylan Wilson, your race leader. But the matter right now, Toda just moved the lane up there on the back straightaway, and Josh Fuller nearly got into the back of him.
Definitely he did. Josh Fuller made a mistake on that restart, fell back, and now you see Robbie Everhart and Austin Hines now battling for 6th and 7th on the board. They're side by side in turns 3 and 4. Coming out turn number 4, we complete lap number 29 of 50 here as Dylan Wilson continues to lead. Dylan Jaeger starting to track him in a little bit at a time.
Well, we'll see what Dylan Jaeger can do here in the back half of this main event. We've got 30 down, 20 laps remaining, which is 10 miles around the VOLUSIA Speedway Park here in the Bluegrass iRacing Series. It's the National Tour in conjunction with the World of Thunder Esports League. It's still Wilson from Jaeger, Fields, Toda, Fuller, Everhart, Austin Hines. Everhart and Austin Hines are still going at it for position 6 and 7. There you see on screen the 007 of Jacob Fields in 3rd, the 23T of Ethan Toda. Little bit of contact down into turn number 3. Toda works back to the bottom side. Meanwhile, Fields back to the top side of the racetrack. He goes into turn number 1.
This track being really racy throughout the field. As we look a little further back, there's Austin Hines and Robbie Everhart. Everhart takes over that 6th position. Even a little further back, there is the 11 of Cody Nevin. To his inside, that's Daniel Mills. Looking to the inside of it, and right ahead of him is Scott Fritz. And even John Ruggiero Jr. back in the top 10, running 9th. BJ Duvall currently running in that 14th position, as Brandon LaShaw there in 13th. Even a little further back, there's Kyle Schreckengost there in the 29. Corey Roberts, James Braswell Jr. back on the track, currently running in 20th with Tyler Berry to his outside. But meanwhile, Dylan Wilson continues to lead here at VOLUSIA with the Bluegrass Super Pro Late Models, the National Tour.
Now, you said super pros. It's definitely pros, right?
It's definitely pros, but there's super drivers in the pros. How about that?
Yes. Nice recovery, Steve. Nice recovery. 14 laps to go in the main event tonight here at VOLUSIA. 7 miles. Wilson just a couple of car lengths away in front from Dylan Jaeger in the 48 machine. Fields, Toda, and Fuller. I noticed John Ruggiero back to 8th after getting sent to the rear Daniel Mills up to 11th after also being sent to the rear, and Cody Nevin. So 3 drivers that were sent to the tail end of the field find themselves, one of them find themselves inside the top 10. The other 2, they're finding themselves just shy of the top 10. Meanwhile, to the inside, there goes the 44 machine of John Ruggiero to the inside now on the 12 of Robbie Everhart. Can he pick up position number 7 at the start-finish line? No, he can't. Meanwhile, see Toda working back to the inside on fields one more time down the back straightaway, coming to 11 laps remaining.
11 laps to go as you look right here to your race lead. Wilson is caught up to the back of the pack. He slides up on exit. Look at Dylan Wilson now. Looks to the inside. He closes up on him into turn number 3. Coming out turn number 4. He has lap traffic all in front of him there as the 1 of Corey Roberts goes a lap down. Tyler Berry, the next one to go a lap down right there. And now Wilson and Yeager side by side into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4, they're going to maybe split. Tyler Berry at the line, give it to Yeager.
Well, Yeager making quick work of the lap traffic and taking advantage of that one, where Dylan Wilson having to go the long way around. Braswell just in front of him. They go 3 wide down through turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Wilson right back through the middle, and Wilson back to the race lead. Boy, oh boy, did Dylan Wilson and Dylan Yeager, they made very, very quick work of the lap cars. We worked down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Wilson through the middle of the racetrack where he originally took the race lead, but Yeager still not giving up on that bottom side. There is nothing in it. There's a front bumper between the pair. Yeager to the inside. He may have clipped the concrete inside wall there, and if he did, well, Yeager, it doesn't move.
It doesn't. Yeager trying to make all kinds of moves as he come out turn number 4. Pulls up alongside Dylan Wilson again. Now Yeager, he's digging it deep right there. Wilson has the momentum on outside, but now look at Yeager. He's to the race lead out too into turn number 3, Brett. He is working it hard in that 48 machine.
Yeah, he has got that those left side tires gripped up in the moisture. 5 laps to go. Yeager versus Wilson. It's Dylan v. Dylan. Well, they're going to pick up 2 out of the 3 podium positions, with Hauser picking up the 23rd position on the race, or not even on the racetrack after he went upside down. 4 laps to go. Wilson back to the front, or back to the lead at the start-finish line. Yeager still committed to the bottom side, and we are yellow. Drama, 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 Steve.
Definitely Braden Taylor bringing out the caution. And when they go back to racing, they will be single file restart as we look at the 7 right now. Braden Taylor hits the outside wall there, taps it down. Oh, Scott Fritz gets into the side of him. And since he made that 90-degree turn, Brett.
Maybe he wanted some of that duck sauce on the front of Taylor's car there.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
Duck sauce. You ever had it?
Yeah, I've had some.
You've had some duck sauce. What is it? I mean, I know it probably tastes like duck, but yeah, what is it like? Oh, I've never tasted duck, Steve.
Well, we get it in the Chinese restaurants here. You know, little duck sauce packages. It's kind of, it's hard to describe the taste.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've got a couple of laps to go. Just try and do your best to describe it.
All right, you know when you eat those little joeys?
No?
You know when you feed the alligators out turn number 2, the little joeys, and how they crunch?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
And they taste a little sweet, you know, a little bit, you know, something kind of like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just going to have to take your word for it.
Oh.
Are we feeling like a Dylan Yeager may steal this one, Steve, with 3 to go? Or do we think Dylan Wilson will hold on for a victory here at VOLUSIA in the National Tour?
Well, you know, I want to say I think Yeager might steal it. But what happens if the 48-80 makes some kind of contact and Ethan Toder picks up the win, or Jacob Fields?
Can you go a little further? Maybe Austin Hines may have something for these guys?
Yeah. Even Josh.
Josh Fuller. He started on pole with this one, led a handful of laps, probably close to 10 or 11 laps before having to, on a restart, get shuffled back from 5th to what was battling for 6th as well. Post truck is in, Steve. We've got 3 laps remaining here at the Volusia Speedway Park. Dylan Wilson will lead us down into turn 1 and 2. Run the slider line through 1 and 2. Dylan Yeager, well, he's making quick work of this one. He'll go to the inside down into turn number 3 and 4. 2 laps remaining here at Volusia, Steve.
And at the line, give it to Dylan Yeager, your race leader, into turn number 1. Wilson will battle back on the outside. Toter in that third spot. Fields in fourth. There's the 32 of Austin Hines. A caution out on the racetrack for Kyle Schreckegast there. Bringing it.
Steve, just to let you know, Yeager had he crossed the start-finish line first, and now Yeager will control the pace of the restart, not Dylan Wilson.
Oh, Fritz gets into the 29, and up and over goes Kyle Schreckegast.
Yeah, well, Kyle, just again, I don't know if you've heard the PowerPlex presentation, but you can't actually park there, buddy. And I think Scott was getting all sorts of Fritzky.
He was. He's gotten frisky with 2 drivers.
No, Fritzky.
Frisky. Well, he got frisky, or Fritzky, whatever.
Yeah, Fritzky.
Fritzky. There you go.
Yeah, I'm putting Scott Fritz's name into Frisky, so Fritzky. God, Steve, the fact that I had to explain that joke, come on, man, you're better than that.
Well, we got 2 laps to go. It's going to be a green, white checkered here. Dylan Yeager is listed as your race leader coming to the restart this time.
Well, I did say that he had the lead at the start-finish line. He's going to dictate the pace of the restart. And, well, Dylan Wilson, he's got his work cut out for him right now. He's only got a mile to go, which is, Steve, around here, 2 laps, you're looking at 8 turns to get something done.
That's true. That is true. You know, you just really got to hope and pray that deer don't come out, that brave deer, and knock out your radiator.
Yep, I totally agree with you. Sorry, I was actually watching something else. I can't lie to you, Steve. I wasn't paying attention, but yes, I agree with you.
People are like, a deer? What did they talk about a deer? Many moons ago, a couple of years ago, a car wrecked, and they said deer came out and took out the radiator, but the car was perfectly fine. And so we ran with it for a year, and every time I think it was at Charlotte where this happened at. But
no, it happened at USA.
Oh, USA. But this person believed it was a deer, and you couldn't change his mind. He argued with us the whole night.
Yep. Thankfully, I couldn't even tell you that person's name, to be honest with you. Otherwise, I'd call them out on it. But thankfully, they're no longer here.
2 years later.
It'd be longer than that, I reckon.
It probably is.
We've been around a while, Steve.
That's true. That is true. Lights up.
Although you've been around a lot longer the last 6 months. You've kept this ship afloat.
Definitely, with some good asphalt racing Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Don't want to miss it here live on Ultimate Dirt TV. And during the playoffs, race number 3 next Monday night. I believe they're at Auto Club. So, and then the Pro Late Balls again next Thursday night. So, asphalt racing on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays with the Truck Series, Xfinity Series of Cups, and then the Dirt Pro Late Models on Thursdays.
Oh, a full week. Continuing on here on Ultimate Dirt TV, we wait for the field to get a little antsy and tighten up before we go back to green, as Stevie already said. We've only got 2 laps to go, which is going to be a green-white checker. Here we go, looking like Yeager. He's going to lead us back down out of turn number 4. Pace truck pulls infield. We are underway. And he immediately pulls a 2-3 car length lead over Dylan Wilson. Here comes Ethan Toder to the inside, and we are yellow one more time. Yellow.
Caution breeds cautions. I believe it's the 5 of Jaden Sheehan. I really need to rewatch last week's broadcast so I can say how it's pronounced. He laughed about it. Now I can't remember, so now I really feel stupid. Oh, we got a little help from the 7 machine. Oh, and he went up and over.
Well, Jaden, mate, as a man that's done a lot of research on the PowerPlex presentation, oh, Beard FX. Come on, brother. Jaden, you can't actually park there. But I tell you where you can park. You can park where you park now in the pits.
Your top 5 look like this: Jaeger, Wilson, Toter, Fields, and Hines.
Actually playing American Truck Simulator yesterday, and we're singing a boom, 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 and let me say, whoa, whoa.
I haven't heard that in a long time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Once again, we go back to green. Dylan Yeager, Dylan Wilson, Ethan Taylor, 1, 2, and 3 out of turn number 4. Hopefully another green white checker. We'll see if we can get this one in the books. Dylan Wilson trying his darndest to catch up to the 48 machine as we work down into 3 and 4 for what could be the penultimate sign. The white flag is out. Once they get the white flag, we race to the start-finish line, Steve. 1 to go.
1 to go. Jaeger, your race leader. Wilson still in that second spot. Toter in third. Austin Hines, Fields, and there's the 211 Daniel Mills, and a 44 John Ruggiero Jr., and Josh Fuller there. Throw a blanket under him, but Jaeger claims the win here in the Bluegrass Pro Late Ball Show with the National Tour. Dylan Wilson coming home in second. Ethan Toter in third. And how about that, Brett? Ethan Toter up 11 spots. And guess who's tonight's hard charger?
Let me have a look. Hang on. Austin Hines.
BJ Duvall up 12 spots.
No. He can't be.
Yeah, he did. He started dead last, finished 11th.
Hell yeah. I didn't even see him there. I'm not going to lie, I wasn't even paying attention. I just looked at Austin Hines. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Austin Hines come from the B main, so...
As we took a look at your official results on the board, Dylan Yeager picks up the win. Dylan Wilson in second. Ethan Toter in third. Austin Hines in fourth. Daniel Mills comes home with the top 5. Jacob Fields in 6th. Josh Fuller in 7th. John Ruggiero Jr. in 8th. 9th is Robbie Everhart. And Cody Nevin rounds out your top 10.
And to the back half of the field, your hard charger, BJ Duvall, home in 11th. 12th is Devin Nelson. 13th, Brandon Latshaw. 14th is going to be Joseph Johnson. 15th will go to Braden Taylor. Carl Schreckengost in 16th. Brady McKenzie in 17th. Tyler Berry, 18th. James Braswell Jr. in 19th. Corey Roberts rounds out your top 20. Then we go back to Jaden Sheehan, Dylan Hauser, and Scott Fritz to make up your 23 cars in tonight's Bluegrass iRacing Series for the Pro Late Models National Tour. And looks like we are ready to go trackside. And we will chat to your race winner. How are we doing this one, Steve? Who's taking what? You tell me and I'll organise it.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you go ahead and interview your third place finisher tonight?
All right, well, we'll bring the man that comes home in third place, driving the team Victory Lane Racing, number 23T of Ethan Toder. Ethan, congratulations on third place. It was a hell of a run tonight by you in the 23 machine.
Yeah, man, it was interesting. I don't think I've ever seen Volusia race like that. There early, we worked our way up, missed a couple wrecks. We got that left front damage that killed us throughout the whole night once it got really slick and we had to roll through that middle. But, yeah, really good Volusia. Good track prep. It was a fun race.
Mate, there's a number of laps there where yourself and Jacob Fields were sort of duking out side by side. What was that like, just trying to stay off one another and try and keep the nose as clean as possible?
Yeah, I thought I was a little faster. He probably felt he was a little faster, and it was just really good, hard racing. We rubbed a little bit, but I mean, it is what it is. It's always fun racing with him. It's usually pretty clean, and yeah, it's just such a tight track. We were both trying to run the same line in 3 and 4. It's just so hard to fit 2 cars the same line, so sometimes you rub.
All right, well, look, well done on third place. No doubt you got some sponsors and some people you want to thank before we let you go.
Yeah, man, you guys put on the broadcast every time one of these leagues is going on. Definitely one of the best. Jason and Scott for putting this league on for us. And then Chris Ferguson, CFME Sports, everything they do for me. And Majula C Sweet Shop, go get the best sets on the market.
All right, there we go. Ethan Toder, ladies and gentlemen, home in third place. Steve, I believe you're standing by with second place driver of Dylan Wilson.
That's right, the Kool-Aid Man, Dylan Wilson. Congratulations on your second place finish tonight. You put on one hell of a show. 3 wide racing the first part of the race. That was incredible.
Go ahead. Yeah, it's amazing what happens when we get some clean drivers racing together. It's hard to find in this game, man. But man, Volusia right there was awesome. Whatever settings we had weather-wise right there should be saved forever because you could race top, bottom, middle, depending on where your car was set up for. And I think all three of us showed it there early. And Jaeger passed me on the bottom there late, just showed that it stayed wide all night.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Volusia this racy all throughout the field, especially allowing 3-wide racing. And, if John Ruggiero Jr. and I believe Daniel Mills would have gotten into each other, there would have been 3-wide racing for the lead and for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Rows of 3.
Yeah, it was some pretty incredible racing. I haven't been a part of a battle like that in a long time, and definitely not as clean of one as that was. So it's always appreciated. That's you pretty much hold out hope that you can still run races like that, and it's nice to get one every once in a while.
Definitely. So a good points night with the Bluegrass Pro Late Ball Series. You come in tonight, 14th in the National Tour with the second place running. That's going to be some good points because some people up top did not run tonight. Are you planning on running the Bluegrass every week?
I can never commit to anything. If I make it, I make it. If the points shake out, the points shake out. But I couldn't even tell you what the points system is. All I could tell you is I know it's some kind of combined deal you guys got going on. And Thursday nights, if I can make it, I'll be here. And Sunday nights, I try to make all those. So, yeah, if it works out, it works out. But that's not the goal. The goal is to get first and win trophies.
There you go. Go ahead and thank those fine sponsors making it all possible for you.
Yeah, just thanks to D1RT Racing. Thanks to the guys over here at Bluegrass. Thanks to UDTV for broadcasting, Foltz Graphics, anybody else that's helping on this. Thank you.
All right, Dylan Wilson coming home in second place. And I'll tell you what, let's go ahead, Brett. Let's bring up our hard charger. We can both talk to him.
Well, this sort of be interesting. And I quote, I'm just going to throw out a quote here. Ready, Steve? And the quote was, "My brain, you can do it. Reality, WTF is wrong with you?"
That's me.
Okay, well, first question. What is wrong with you?
A lot. I honestly, last minute decision. I now run 3 leagues on Thursday. Somehow barely make it to each one of them. But what's wrong with me is honestly, I saw a league that I like. I like people that run it, so I figured I'd help them out and pay my entry fee, give my little donation, and somehow I made a feature.
You know what, Brett? Let me just say this real quick. So BJ supported me when I raced the trucks at Daytona, and I came home with the top 5. Now, I'm not bragging. I came home with top 5. I'm just going to say BJ kept it alive to not being a hard charger coming home in the 11th.
but that's still, but Steve, think about it this way, right? That's still 6 spots worse than you. and Steve, also, I'm going to throw this one out there. He's a dirt driver also.
That's true.
Hey, I want to put this out there.
You're not an asphalt driver.
See, here's the thing, though. Daytona, wide open. No slide, no gotta worry about that. Even if you don't drive the vehicle for a long time, as long as you get out there, you can have a good run. On dirt, if you don't drive the vehicle for a long time, apparently you have no idea what you're doing. Because I got in a Pro Late model for the first time probably a year, and it was like, what?
Okay, but answer me 2 questions.
Okay.
What position did you finish in tonight?
11th, I think.
Yeah. Okay. What spot did Steve finish in the trucks?
Who's Steve?
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, new Steve, who this?
Oh, that's the reason why it calls me Hey You Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Yes, I've heard of that. Hey You.
Well, BJ, go ahead and thank those fine sponsors on that vehicle, making it all possible for you.
Massive thanks to you guys here at Ultimate Dirt TV, the whole crew of Ultimate Dirt TV. You guys do a fantastic job, and I love the backing I get out of you guys. Everybody over at World of Thunder, everybody's always supportive over there, helps out a lot. LSR TV. I got to thank everybody over at Team Outlaw Motorsports. We've been racing a lot together, a lot more than what I did probably over the last 2 years combined here in just the last few months. So it's It's helped me out a lot. I've moved up a lot and gained a lot. So big thanks to them, and big thanks to new sponsor to the team, Speed Wrench. Tana Tomasi really pulled one out and gave me a rocking set that helped me out and helped me move forward here tonight.
All right, that is BJ Duvall. He's my co-host Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. And right now, Brett Wheeler, he's caught up with your race winner.
Yeah, we're standing in victory lane with Dylan Yeager. Dylan, congratulations on the winner. Well, I've been away for 6 months and still nothing's changed. You still win a race on the bottom.
Of course. Some things never change, and this track was so good. You could run anywhere on the racetrack and run the same lap times. I mean, that three-wide battle with Fuller and Wilson there just showed how good the racetrack was. That was the best VOLUSIA I've ever raced on. Got to thank Nick Leonard for giving us the best track prep tonight. And, he had us all over the place, but I guess it worked out because that was really awesome.
Hey, what was it like trying to obviously come through the field, get up to the front, and then battle for a number of laps? Yeah, like you said, 3 wide with Josh and also Dylan Wilson there. But to take the race lead and especially late in that race where you persisted with that bottom side.
Yeah, I always have the same mindset going into these races. Just keep the car clean. If you keep your car clean and don't get any spoiler damage, chances are you're going to be competitive. And that's what I try and do every time I go into one of these long races. Just keep the car clean and race smart. And I only ended up with a little tiny crinkle on my right rear, which I don't think slowed me down at all. But that's always the key to being up front in these longer races. Just keep the car clean.
Right, a number of opportunities at a green-white checker. There was one, I think the second last one, where Dylan Wilson had the restart. You get him. I think there was 3 to go at that point. You get him at the start-finish line. Then the yellow comes out. Then you have the race lead. What was it like on those final couple of green-white checkers?
It was good because I knew that I was going to be able to outrun him there. He had so much damage from getting into those lap cars that there was no way he was going to keep up with all that damage. So just went out there, did my thing, just ran my line that I've been running the whole race. And, it worked out on those few restarts there at the end that I had the lead.
No, some things never change. You still run the bottom. You still somehow find victory lane. Dylan, congratulations on the win. No doubt a lot of great people that support this 48 machine behind the scenes.
Yes, sir. As always, got to thank everybody at Majula C Speed Shop and CFME Sports. They're really supportive of me. Got to thank O for the broadcast. Got to thank Nick Leonard for being a great sponsor. John Darby for the wrap. Toters Isle Frenchies. And everybody for putting this race on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. Dylan Yeager, your winner here from the VOLUSIA Speedway Park in the Bluegrass iRacing Series. Steve, well, that was a very interesting night and a very fun one.
It definitely was. Glad to have you here tonight. And you know what? Tonight, I must say this. Tonight's race was the best race I've seen in a long time. Yes, we had cautions. But the side-by-side racing we've seen here tonight, I haven't seen in probably never.
You know why?
Why?
I'm just going to say because I'm back.
There you go. Put on a show because Brett's here. They love to hear you. And thank you, Bolton Porterfield, for the 200 stars that you gave us. Sure do appreciate you, sir, for doing that. And don't forget to hit that like, hit that follow button. If you have YouTube, go to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a thing. We're simulcasting live on the Bluegrass Facebook page and YouTube. You can do the same thing. Hit the follow, the like button over there and subscribe to their YouTube. And as always, big thanks to dirtfan.com as we simulcast live on their Facebook page. You can always go there to find out real life racing schedules, news, all kinds of updates is always on their Facebook page or on their website. Adam over there does a great job with dirtfan.com. And Brett, he's been with us for a while now.
He certainly has. He's really been a big supporter of not only World of Thunder, but also Ultimate Dare TV. And what he's done for us is nothing short of amazing. So we thank him. But, we thank everyone that's tuned in, not only tonight, but of course some previous ones. But, Steve, I think that's going to wrap us up for tonight.
I think it is. Well, 50 great laps we saw tonight. Some cautions, but definitely some fabulous side-by-side racing. And you know what, Brett? What we need to tell these people, we're not, we're off until Monday. But every Sunday night, you catch the World of Thunder iRacing League on Ultimate Dirt TV, broadcasted by Joe White on the OSRN network. So make sure to tune in Sunday nights with the Pro Late Models and the Supers. Something you don't want to miss is always action-packed. He loves to interact with the audience, Brett. And he makes a good team.
He does. He's
Yes.
one of a few that we'll try and read and sort of talk with every person, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. I believe he's still actually looking for something on a Monday and Tuesday night. So if you got a league out there and you know Ultimate Dirt TV is busy, check out OSR Network. It's OSRN. Joe White does a fantastic job.
That's right. So we're going to sign off. We will see you Monday night here with the Bluegrass Truck Series for race number 3, round number 2 of the playoffs. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, good night. God bless. Y'all be safe.